I just see two little boys. I saw them when I went to get water too. And you and your soul sisters, you call her. You're both boys.
Wir sind zwei Jungs. Sie sieht uns als kleine Jungs. Ha. Ups.
And
Puppy.
you incarnated like as twins, twin brothers twice, Austria and Hungary. These two countries come right away. And then it's like a circle. Then you go to Romania, Czech, Poland.
Österreich, Ungarn.
18 lives, switching places.
18 Leben.
You know, you came here to bring the truth. It sucks me into different galaxy. Though I see you as very tall plasma-like beings. You're made out of green type, plasma type material. I don't know, it looks like gel to me. And you somehow can connect and reconnect. There are two beings or three beings that are produced by the planet, and they can just unite and ununite type thing. Can you imagine? There's like blobs of that substance coming from some interesting openings. They're like cracks in the muddy kind of surface. The mud is bright green, and from that green comes like it opens up, and from the underneath comes like the blobs of green material, which are souls, and those souls turn into humanoid-like form. And as I understand, then you go incarnate. You have a special route to incarnate on. Trying to understand what it is. What came to me, there's two things. There's like Orion, and somewhere on the Orion belt that you would incarnate as humans. And you also incarnate on Mars. Mars is more significant for you because you studied you study insectoids there. And I see there's one insectoid standing in between two of you. It looks like a mosquito. It literally does look like that, but it's actually has 22% of mosquito in DNA, and the rest is mantis. And you said that in humanoid form produced by your planet in your galaxy, you call it a green rectangular galaxy. I don't know what it is, but it's in far right corner behind the Orion. Like if you go Orion belt, there's of portals that leads to the portals look like green, purple, yellow kind of twirling energies. And there's something about the galactic group that studies mantis beings and fights against them on Mars, because you both say that you came as a team. You usually go by two or by three, and you're like plasmoids. You can merge together as one, or you can separate in two. And first you came to Mars. You studied for 5 lives. They basically 4 full lives, and then the 5th life, something happened there. Something happened there when reptilians took you and they sent you to Earth. They sent you to Earth 3 million years ago when reptilians were here dominating. Here, a little tiny gated area that I see right now, surrounded by mountains. It's almost like a wild green valley surrounded by mountains. That's what I see. It's a gift. And a gated community of regional humans. So the territory was occupied by reptilian forms. Um, that was on Earth, project number 3. Number 2 projection was occupied by some demonic type beings, low vibrational. I see them as black moldable type forms with red eyes. They don't really have the contour. They move like when I touch them. There is the explanation of the beings of light today, which we call beings of light, when in reality they are created by church that you came here to fight against because it's control of soul system. The church invented in collaboration with reptilians here and two low vibrational demonic beings here created a being of light idea of an angel to be able to be compatible with the body of a human, be able to walk into it and make it theirs, take over the thought process, take over um the human brain, the rational part of it, which is happening to a lot of people now, and you feel the need to understand it deeply, how it is happening and why it is the world is splitting into not to duality but more into the dark part and yin and yang. That's what you call it. And psych fight between the evil and good type thing, because entities are the ones who were bred and bred and bred in multiplied a lot, that were taken over by AI technology and used against humans in a lot of experiments. I see that you were with your sister, which was that's a life before. The life after, this goes like this. I see you in Auschwitz as a little Maria, Polish name, Sawski, something like this. Sawski. And I see that you saw how they took your mother to it's like a movable something. It's like a big, like, I'm like in the corridor. You're standing here and looking through the door. It's like a little hole in the door. And there's like a chamber type thing, but looks like a big like cylinder with a door. And you see your mother going into the door. And there's like a tube going there behind. I think it kind of moves. It moves. It's like on the rails. I can't understand the system there. Something moves it, and they're getting. I think it's just like the gas camera or something like this. Um, and that mother is your soul sister here, as you call her. And I do see that Mantis in between two of you standing all the time. He tried hard to manipulate you, but that comes from that. Let me go to the in that life. I see the dates like 1939, and that was in 1945 when that scene happened. 45, yes. And then I see you walking out of the door, and then you just collapsing. Then I see you getting out from your stomach, like your energy, like a swirl of energy, your soul. And then you go up and you get grabbed into some sort of chamber, which is, it's like a big container on a very large spaceship, like a mothership, right above the roof of this camp, or concentration camp. And there's a lot of souls there. This is the part 2. They've done it on different galaxies, on different planets too. They've done it on more than 100 planets, you say. The same exact scenario, the same exact war, but on different. Basically, they needed to see how beings with the soul would react to suffering and the pain of the body that would go be put through pain by different methods, how much the soul can sustain and how much you can suppress the spirit of a person, and how much in control you can be of a soul. Some souls are very strong, and those are the strong souls that are going to lead the way to the new planetary configuration of energies of peace and love that was supposed to be circulating initially, but that energy was collected, was suppressed, was contained, was mutated via DNA mutation. And there's a lot of souls like you. You're telling me that there are 588 those plasmoid-like souls. Green color came from your planet there. rectangular galaxy. It's like, it's kind of interesting. It looks like it's a field. It's like a football field. It's green, it's moldable. It molds into, it swirls this way, it swirls that way, and then becomes flat. And on the flat, there's like bubbles of energy pop up, and they create like big spheres, and those spheres are like planets. And in those planets live, um, each planet connected to the other planet, and from one idea comes another. So if this idea is implemented in this planet of how this life there has to be, then it kind of like works in coordination with the other planet to form a circle of love and protection. That's what you're saying. To be truly connected and stay connected. And when one planet is getting attacked by negative energies, then you all put together resistance. And when you put together resistance, it's like it become a toroidal field of energy. It starts sucking it into a big green tunnel that you create, and it spits it out at some point into what looks like a black hole, but it's not black. It's a different. It's like a very interesting kind of like nebula type construction, with, it's almost like a cotton feeling when I touch it. It's kind of interesting. It contains it in an energy of love for creation until the technology exists to educate this energy and give it through education, it's like create some sort of informational field. Then when this energy matures, it can, through its own free will, it can either absorb or refuse the information how to become better in terms of creation and expansion rather than destruction type thing. But the reason why you always like stay together and they couldn't separate you, because it's like you're one plasma like being. They can be spread out into two, but you always have this very strong tie. It's in the solar plexus connection, and it goes like a tail of a peacock that I see in your chest in green colors, almost like a bush with fluffy kind of leaves. Both of you. Um, the only problem is on the back. If I look on the back, there's some sort of system put into this system that you naturally had by the insectoid form to convert, to be taking the energy of love, converting it into an energy of different energies, disbelief, um, doubt, um, sorrow, sadness, periodically, longing for home, not knowing where home is, fear of death, fear of different things happening out of the blue, not being in control. It's almost like I see some sort of device on so there's like a spaceship, right? That mother spaceship that I saw before was a container of souls. There are different mech devices that those mantis beings use, they very much look like, it's hard to describe, but they have the elements of mosquito because it's not your typical face of a mantis. It's kind of prolonged. It has a tube system. This tube system goes directly into the, it just really crazy. It goes into the heart area of a person, and it can suck the um, the energy out of the heart area, destabilize it. Um, it's like there are not many of them. This particular hybrids, but they do use some humans to reproduce. I see that they're using these tubes too when you were. I see you at 28. I see them taking your eggs from the uterus, from ovulus. It's like a strange thing when when they take uh the egg that being released, they replace it with some artificial, which mimics the function of that one. So they don't take it by numbers, they take it one by one each month. Now there's a special procedure that they used to do until you were 32, but that was done from age 18 to 32. But I see how it's done. It's at night. It's when they abduct your. They would do the physical part when you're still in bed, but then they would abduct your energy body. And they would keep some strange thing. There's like an implant in the area, reproductive area. It's still there. It's like little tubes connected. It's like a harmonica, and it goes like this and this, one on top of the other, but there's like an area in between, like a buffer zone, which it's like a conveyor belt, which keeps the genetic material in there. And genetic material in there, it's supposed to absorb information from the electromagnetic field and the warmth, vitality um, of the human form. Because there's something about the information field change when a woman is going through some, you know, each month for a week through the physiological hormonal changes, that this material, it looks kind of like artificially designed or structured by eggs that mimic biological material, but they're not. And I see that they, with a little injections, they insert other mutated DNA of like spiders or reptilians or whatever that is they want to do, but it has some mirror technology in it. It just so it kind of like it scans, it mimics, it recreates, it absorbs, and then it's taken out. But what you're doing now, you're standing, you put like in a net together with your friend, this mantis being, and you took out those devices from the back. To understand, they're higher than the waistline, but it's like on the opposite side of solar plexus where the back is. It goes like kind of like that fan, like this. It just kind of has these two things. And there's another thing. On top of this mantis, um, you both are still connected to the religious egregor through that being of light. And the being of light, it's kind of hovering over two of you because it's taking some mental capacity, just mental ability to process information. And some of the um, analytical capacity that you have, it's taken away because it comes with the energy that being of light is taken. His name is Crocus. That's how he pronounces it. He looks like kind of strong male energy. Um, looks like funky wings energetically. I mean, he can shapeshift into anything, but he presents to me like a typical angel when you put on the Christmas tree, kind of like sticking out wings, are triangular with the kind of like long skirt type robe, white with that golden kind of ring around, and that was in those European countries that's when you acquired that one. He usually stands like either behind you or above your heads. He can cause headaches. He can cause kind of different sensations, and he can also manipulate the it's connected to the nervous system. It's connected to the brain activity. It's connected to the eyes, ears, nose, throat, because it's like he's got the implant, but it's not the your typical metallic implant. It's actually like fibers. Fibers look like vessels. They go from, it's like the energy in the head that is always moving. The moving energy is like, and he's connected through his head, metaphorically, because he also can shift and shape shift into your head through those fibers going from his head to your head, and those fibers going down, and they end here in this area. So the neck, the throat, the teeth, everything like here is like that. That's the means of control of that being. So you put him in some sort of ball, like a glass material ball. He becomes like a little gray ball of energy because he became disconnected from you. He doesn't take any more energy from both of you, and he was getting 68%, so 34 from each of you he was getting through this implants. And they had, I mean, they're like identical. It's like you're like two wings of one butterfly type thing, because and the body in between of the butterfly is that mantis, and the head over like a dome, so you to keep you disconnected from your own galaxy, from your own planet, is that being of light over there. um the being of light is connected to a lot of people. I just see 124 people he's also connected to, taking a lot of energy, and you're giving them information too, how to disconnect. His part is disconnected from you, so the way you see it is that he has no energy, but he's still connected to the others. Um, and that mantis. Let me see. There's also some sort of slimy type material over the legs of your friend, not yours, only your friends. It's so she doesn't walk too far, so she doesn't move. There is an experiment within experiment. They're trying to, let's say, keep the one part of the butterflies, metaphorically speaking, alive, and another one drying out. So they were doing different types of experiments on both of you. And I feel like you got more energy than she does. Because of that, she started gaining weight to protect herself, and the physical part of her was resisting the multiple experimentations on her, and that's why gaining weight and being stable, being afraid of moving much in life was her like main protection. But you both took out from the backs this it's like a motor device, was multiple metallic sections. It's hard to explain how it looks, it really is. But you put it down and the fibers are out. She eliminated with some orange kind of plasmoid fire coming from her hands, from her fingers, all that slime from her legs, from her middle part where the stomach is on the back too, waistline. It was some energies. There's also a lot of energy of, there's like a circle of like gray energy of sadness, a lot of sadness there in you and in her around the heart area. It just all the traumas sustained in other lives. Because I see that you've had like abusive parents in the other in Austrian life, in Budapest also. Um, so you just right now, I told you that you can cleanse your mental, emotional bodies, and you choose to encapsulate all the trauma that look like bubbles. The bubbles look kind of, it's like they're covered with some shells, and shells are have holes in them, and the holes in the shells are almost like a nutshell, causing the the holes in the energy bodies, mental and emotional. So you just create some sort of plasma energy of love and regeneration, and you're putting it around. Looks much like capsules made out of green, which is your own soul's essence. And that green is like a healing energy. It heals. I see in one of the lives you used to work with animals, and a lot of I see a lot of like wild animals, like a fox would come to you, and the bunny, the rabbit, and you would go through there. Yeah, it- you were two boys, twin boys. Finn, Finley, Finn, and another was Kyle.
It's a bit
Yeah,
now. Oh.
interesting names. What does that say?
It's better. It was a bad connection, but it gets better.
Bad connection. Yeah, it's voice is getting cut off. Um, so basically, you heal the emotional, mental body doing it at the same time, and just throwing out the implants. You took out all these devices from your uterus too. It's like it wasn't even functional. It just kept you open, and they used you sometimes as I understand, as some sort of gate or portal for transporting some beings. They need to have a centers, energy centers in your body open type thing. So they deactivate one the plant but turn on another to function to use through them all out and portal. There's there's paper that I see like a little bit. Just
Roxana, I can't understand it anymore. It's interrupted.
it gets broken up. Oh, let me turn off my camera. It says poor connection. Turn off the camera for better. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes,
You should hear me now better.
yeah, I hear you better. Yes, I do.
Oops. It says again poor connection. Yeah, because it says like the audio only. And you're basically holding each other. You know, you're standing, you're holding, you put your hands on your friend's shoulders, and your friend put her hands on your shoulders, and you're eating each other, and you're very much connected through the eyes. It's like you connected telepathically. You can just look at each other, and through the eyes you can tell each other thoughts or what you need. You don't even have to say if you see something you already know. This has been before type connection lives. And you say this is the end, but this is bad. Connect. Let me call you back.
Yeah, you call me back. Yeah.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you call me back. Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep reconnecting. What's going on? Um, so let me go next. So you just, I see you tearing apart and surrounding with your plasma energy, burning up. Culture to fight with mantis because mantis were pushing out original humans from Mars. It's like they were artificially implanted onto the Mars surface. That's what you're saying. And you were supposed to push them out because the original mantis who were being there also were taken, were genetically modified and put back. There was a different cybernetic type form um, of those beings, which were causing a lot of damage to the surface, to the people of Mars. And what you thought that you were going doing a good thing, which you were supposed, but you were taken over by those hybrids, AI operated hybrids, and taken to made incarnated on Earth. I see them, they took some percentage of you. I see two, I'm in some sort of laboratory. It looks like a big, large area where they store different tubes with genetic material, and I see two tubes with different numbers, like tags on them. They belong to you and your friend. And you take them and you just destroy them. You put them in some machine that looks like a centrifuge machine, and you just activate it with your mind, and so the material gets demolecularized, whatever you just said, something like this, that they basically molecules fall apart so they cannot reconnect anymore. Um, there's this that you have a lot of hybrids. Let me see. There's 51 hybrids in between two of you. I see the whole huge laboratory, and there's a lot of tubes. They they reclined. They're not standing up. They're reclined. It's like a reclined capsules. When they recline down, they're able to pull them out on the movable tables, much like in the emergency rooms on the wheels type thing. Um, to do experiments on them and to enhance them with different qualities, or do specific injections, different parts of the bodies, to make them, improve them, make them different, and then put them back in. So you basically just go back to the very time when they split you up, and before they even send you to Earth, and you cancel that moment when they do. So right now I just see you on this projection of Mars, where you actually did um, disintegrated, disconnected from the AI technology, all the mantis beings, and send them back to their original planet. Um, some of them were left and they live in underground caves. They also go to the surface, but it's like they only exist in the underground mountains. That's what came to me, underground mountains, something cave system. Um, but they don't bother people at the surface, on the surface. So eliminated this, eliminated that. See clones. Clones in Switzerland and Poland. And in Nebraska. Nebraska is a clone of your friend. You got two clones in Switzerland and Poland. Let's see. You got a guy, Peter, Agnieszka, Poland. She got Nebraska, Georgie. But let's see. It's a kind of strange. I don't understand what it is, because it's actually strange looking man. You disconnect. It's like they've done a lot of multiple genetic experimentation on that person. The person I see handicapped in a wheelchair on Nebraska. But you both got you both disconnected from your clones. It's almost like they're genetic experiments, and you're saying that they're not, they are, they're doing something not such a good thing to do. I see some pipes. I see some strange things that they are working in underground. In your case, two clones, but you disconnected from them. They use them as like a labor force. Disconnected. Each one was taken 3.5% of energy from you. So they're gone too. So you're just raising your vibration and disconnecting from everything and everybody. And you throw out the being of light and the hybrid, the mantis hybrid, and also all the implants. And you're burning the rest in your body, but it's mostly that you're filling up the big, large um, cavities or something with your energy because that's where trauma used to be and reside. So it's there. Um, so it's done. Well, everything is done. You cleansed everything and you sent information to everybody also. And you also cleansed all the other parallel lives, 18 of them which you had before this one. So if you have any questions, you can ask them.
Yes, thank you so much, Roxana. One question I couldn't understand the name of this universum, also where we come from. You said it's a green, whatever, relectoland or whatever shape. Can you repeat it, where we come from?
Where you come from?
Mm.
You come from there's a galaxy. It's called as like a square type galaxy. I know that's the name that you gave me. That's the best explanation. It's kind of like imagine a sheet of energy gets unfolded and then that sheet of energy can create a bubble, can turn into different kind of energetic material or shape shift into different shape, but then that energy had the idea, had the thought of creation, different thoughts of creation, which, and those thoughts became planets. And it just like, so basically, there are no strict borders in between um, universes as we know, as we think, because in our perception, there's got to be a border, there's got to be the end, but there's no real end. So it's kind of like the universe slowly going into another. And as I see your field, it's almost like a milk way of or large um, area or space filled with nebulous type thing, but those are energies that create and recreate planets. And those planets are like large plasmoid form planets. That's how I see them. I see them more like energy, like gel, like they're like green gel, kind of interesting. But um and the beings that come from them, they're not like humans. They're more like plasmoid beings that they take form of a humanoid form, but they're made out of this green thick energy. That's the best explanation. There are all kinds of forms in the universe that come, but this particular energy, it's like cleansing energy. It's like you're supposed to come to planets and help the planets get rid of AI. systems, technology, beings connected to AI egregor, things like that. And that's why around on the outskirts, let's say, of the universe, there are fields. You can call them plasma fields that I see right now that are unfolding and spreading and sanding more souls like yours to do the cleanup,
Mhm.
um, energetic cleanup type thing.
Mhm.
Because that's what's going on. And that's why you're saying that 19 lives, but in fact, it's like 9 plus 1 goes into 10, and 10 goes into 1. And this is like, in a way, it symbolizes like a metaphor of you didn't live here 19 lives. You lived just one long life, going from one body to another as if you were going from one corridor to another just to spread the knowledge, and but more than that, just cover up everything with your plasma shield of cleansing energies that are unknown to people, that are not seen by human eye, but it's just your contribution to the current transformation that is hard to say what it is exactly, but it is definitely a cleanup of um, um it depends what part of the world also, and some of this cleanup turned into the loss of beautiful souls also, um, and you're aware of that, but it's like we're pushing the black carpet, we're rolling the black carpet off of the surface of the green carpet of earth, and the green carpet of earth is what you belong to, the energy of nature, love, green grass, flowers, trees, all of that. So it's like a disturbing period when you needed to know what you're doing here, because you're also helping to destroy negative forces through understanding that you've been always doing it. It's just there's different ways to do it. Uh, right now, it's more about the informational war type scenario when the AI technology is trying to take over human mind and make human mind into just a machine filled with software programs without emotions and feelings towards anything around. So, and that's why you're here at this time to spread information about that, because you've seen how it's been done at other planets, you've been seeing how it's been done on Mars, because once AI technology takes over the human brain becomes like a cyborg, and a cyborg can be used for anything, and can be used for universal destruction of planets, any life forms, or things like that. So
Oh, thank you. And that it means when we are now cleaned on all these clones, hybrids, and all this stuff, uh, are we able to fulfill this mission, like become in our full potential to continue our work, why we are here?
yeah, you're doing this mission now. It's just that your consciousness grew to the level of understanding, because right now your soul is telling you that it's pushed you to the point of you had to put the picture together and understand how it works together. Because everybody at the planet right now makes a conscious decision. Do you want to, belong to the field of love or to the field of uh, supporting the evil type thing. Because I see this sign like yin and yang. It's um it's actually not a duality. It is just more like neutralization of all the black holes. All the black holes should become white. You know, that's a symbology of that. The white covers over black and black disappears, dries out, doesn't exist anymore. And there's like it's like a war between AI technology and the souls who are biological and natural. So
Thank you. And that means we are able to become to become conscious, to understand our mission, and to do it in a conscious way. That will be our future.
right, we're already doing it through compassion, emotion, loving animals, loving life, supporting human life.
Yes, we
All
do.
the world are trying to get together and push out the whatever AI technology took over some people who don't understand, who don't support the human life, as it is. So basically, just a time for everybody to rise and make his or her decision towards either AI or towards the life, the understanding, the emotion, the compassion, love for animals, for everything alive, because a lot of planets, as you've seen in your own DNA, I forgot to tell you, you have 33 strands of DNA, and in those strands, you have the information encoded from all the experiences on other planets, what you've seen that those planets and beings who lived on the planets who who chose the way of AI technology and going the progress of against the biological, that they became those beings like reptilians who are totally AI operated, or mantis or insectoid forms, or draconians who are totally like lost their ability to think, to feel, to sympathize, right? They just, because some reptilians had the emotions before, some draconians did have them in the very beginning, but then they chose the way of artificial evolution, which is all AI technology operated by machines, and they became machines themselves who need to consume light, and light can be only taken from the souls like us. To take the light from souls like us, we have to be constantly tortured and put in the motion of suffering, and we are trying to get the world rid of this suffering right now. This is the time for us to unite and to get rid of suffering, division for good. So that's why there's going to be a lot of events still happening to show the people who did not understand by now that we have to erase the borders in between different human groups, different languages, and all of this, and to unite against the AI, which is evil. You can call it anything, but that's the reality. It says poor connection again.
But I can hear you. Can you send me
Oh.
say how many DNA strands we have, and is our soul complete now?
The 33 Yeah, as I understand, there's something about plasmoid form that they couldn't mutate it in you because I see it completely clean. It's human. It was human there. It wasn't like that. Nothing was done to it. I mean, you can call it human, but it's actually plasmoid type, kind of interesting twisted material, like twisted ribbons. To explain, it's like when you take Play-Doh and twist it. That's how I see it. Um, but yeah, I mean, you're basically like creative material form um, of pure energy. That's how I see you.
Oh, that is very nice. I don't know. Because Marlies, for example, she got a contact to God, and she is speaking with him, and then with the Creator, yeah. And that means
Hmm.
it's my main question is, we have spoken about this light being which was above us and around us, and that we are very close to the Creator as well. We are creative material. What with whom she has spoken? What is her contact? Is this a false contact with this being, or is she really speaking with the Creator? That's my main question.
This being was the being of light that you just pushed out in the portal that you opened from your energy sphere. Because what they do is they try to substitute your thoughts with what they want you to hear, and they mimic the voice of your soul. So you think that the voice that they are telling you something in your head or in your meditation or in your lucid dreams is you or your soul, when in fact it's the being of light, which is that low vibrational being. That's what they do. They pretend to be angels or high vibrational beings or your own subconscious or your own soul, and then they start dictating you what to do because they know better. That's the whole idea. And they get very, they don't like when you say that you don't like something they said or you question. This is how the beings of light act. So, and they're just this bridge in between the reptilian forms or mantis forms or any other alien being forms to get to humans because they are biocompatible, let's say, like energetically with the human, so they can walk into human and be like a connector, conductor, manipulator of the the conscious mind in the human body, in the physical body.
That means she has spoken with God with these words, and we got all the words about fight now on the earth, to heal the earth and to fight against the dark or the negative forces. And we have spoken it because we were thinking fight is in the interest of the humans. This was false. Can I ask you? Because for me, it's very important to know.
Right. They mix the good things with bad with things with their own agenda, let's say. They would try to pose themselves as, good ones and, your own soul telling you to fight against the evil, but at the same time they would push their own agenda and present to you the evil is, good as evil, evil is good. That's how they act a lot of times.
That means that's the case for us. Huh? So we are really, yeah. I have to realize that was false, everything. Yeah. No. Okay, that's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, this is quite, yeah. Okay. One question: we are attacked so many times. So we get these attacks. Marlies was fallen 2 times. I feel this energy which comes over me, meets me different problems. And what is about this? Is it finished? Can we do something?
Yes, oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you for a second. Could you please repeat? Mhm.
Yeah, no, we get attacked very much. Marlies, she was falling several times, and I also feel these attacks of negative forces to attack me. I
Right. Well, that's a being of light, and this mantis are doing because the thing is, it's more like towards the experiments that I was talking about. Because when they do experiments, they want you to actually suffer in your physical body, to go through suffering, through pains, through different events or accidents too. It facilitates their research because when they do research, they do it on both sides, on the etheric with your energy body and also physical body. So he has to coordinate with each other.
Mhm.
That's why they do it
It,
to lower your vibration.
it is over now, when we have cleaned now ourselves. It is over now.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
was
I
especially.
see you. Yeah, I see you clean it. You're like I said, the metaphor that came from your soul is like your two wings of one butterfly.
Mhm. Das ist wonderful. Yeah, this sounds wonderful. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that means to heal our trauma in our body. I know that all this trauma and all these things from lives before, it's imprinted in our body, in our cells. No? Is it still
Yeah.
there? Should we do something to heal our bodies? What do you recommend?
Um, what I saw, I actually disconnected from you just now. Well, to heal your bodies, you already healed everything. So what we do in a session, we work in the etheric, right? Your energy bodies. And whatever work was done there, because it's very easy to do it there, you don't have the physical body, it happens quickly, and then it's gonna come down and manifest in the physical. And the manifestation, it depends on you, also. It depends how some people just block themselves, block the manifestation of the improvement in the physical body by their thoughts or doubts or, or low vibrational feelings, thoughts, whatever that is, that it's everything is connected to the conscious subconscious mind. If you just let it flow and relax in it, of course, I mean, it doesn't mean that people don't understand that some people think, oh, I always have to be in high vibration in order to for everything to come down quickly. I mean, I've had people who the next morning they wake up and said, oh, I don't have pains anymore in my body, and some people like pains disappear during the session. So it depends. It really does. Mm, but it's if you had something for a long time in the physical body hurting, right? So it would take the same amount of time for how long it's been there to regenerate, to take care of it. So it's not like very easy. And some things are purely physical, right? So
Mm.
it depends.
Yeah, it depends. No, that's a long way, I think so. I'm just healthy, but Marlies is very weak.
Yeah.
She told me that she hardly can walk and so, and she's hoping that it gets better now. Now, I'm sure it gets.
Yeah, because of her legs were all covered with some slime material, and her circulation veins were all kind of like, pressured, and yeah, there was no good blood circulation there. That's why.
Thank you so
But
much. Vielleicht noch was mit Lars sehen.
okay, sure.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm turning off the recording, right?
yeah.